Border corruption is becoming more and more of a concern for law enforcement, especially after September 11th, because there's so much more heightened awareness to terrorism issues, national security issues. And so a lot of times people don't really think about border corruption beyond illegal drug smuggling. But the FBI has started to expand the emphasis that we're placing on border corruption in terms of border corruption facilitates other crimes and other criminal activity. You have terrorist organizations that could be engaged in drug trafficking, so that's a way for them to raise revenue for their organization. You're talking in terms of terrorists being smuggled into the United States. If they have a corrupt person that can facilitate them crossing into the United States, it would be significantly easier for them to enter the country. Same example, if you talk about weapons of mass destruction, that it's always a bad thing if someone's smuggling drugs into the country, but it's a very, very bad thing if someone's smuggling a terrorist, a foreign counterintelligence officer, or weapons of mass destruction components into the United States. So because of those things, we're beginning to place more and more emphasis on the whole issue of border corruption. So the Border Corruption Initiative, one of the cornerstones of that strategy is the use of border corruption task forces. The FBI historically has made use of task forces, especially in the last 10 or so years, that where we have tried to combine our forces with other federal, state, and local agencies to combine our resources, our knowledge, our experience, expertise among the different agencies to work together to deal with different crime problems. Some of the most common task forces that the American public always hears about are gang task forces and drug task forces. What we've started doing is expanding that same concept to the issue of border corruption. Our federal, state, and local partners are vital to all of our task forces, whether it's in San Diego, Tucson, or El Paso. When you talk about state and local law enforcement, I'm talking about sheriff's deputies, police officers, state police. Again, those are people that generally have long ties to the community, that they also have associates that are driving patrol cars every day. They're arresting people every day. They're in positions to cultivate sources of information and develop tips, whereas a police department may not always be in the position to devote 10 or 15 investigators to a particular matter. That's the function really what the task force can do, because the local police department, they're responding to calls for service, calls to help, 911 calls. But the key position that they're in is they're out there interacting with the community, hearing things, arresting people. They're talking to people that are in trouble and that they're willing to exchange information sometimes for a reduced sentence. So by the FBI partnering with those same state and local agencies, that information makes it to the task force. The threat that border corruption poses to national security is by far the greatest threat that we're trying to address, that we're aware of it, we're devoting resources to it, we're placing emphasis on it.